Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Pros in Politics Podcast, where we are polished and poised for greatness and impact. My name is Kahala, and I'm your host. And today we journey back into Black woman-owned business with a young lady that's in a different niche than what we normally see, which makes us so excited as we as Black women blaze new trails and break glass ceilings and do all those wonderful things that we are known to do. And today, without further ado, we have with us Ellen Brazelton.
Hello.
Hello, with Buzzed Bull Creamery in St. Charles, Missouri. It is so wonderful to have you with us today. I'm so excited.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm so excited. Okay, so first things first. I see that pen on your lapel. Are you a member of a Black Greek organization?
I am a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Okay, we love it. We love it. And please give your chapter a shout out.
I am a happy member of Omicron Eta Omega chapter here in St. Louis.
Okay, so do you know a soror by the name of Micah Brown?
That is my line sister, and not just my line sister, my front. So,
all right. Well, Micah, I have known since high school, and she is what we call one of the day ones. So
absolutely.
She's just gonna love all of this. All of this.
All of it. Hey, Micah girl.
Yes. Well, again, it is just so wonderful to have you. As you know, here at Pros in Politics Podcast, we put respect on people's names. We support Black business. We love Black women in business and entrepreneurship. So please tell us first about yourself. And then why did you even go into business and a creamery of all things?
So my background is in biology and genetics. I'm a proud graduate of Tuskegee University.
We love HBCUs.
We sure do.
Here.
You know?
Yes, we do.
And I did my graduate work at Iowa State. So I came to St. Louis as a researcher for Purina. So I took a couple jobs after that, and I really felt like I wasn't being fulfilled. As much as I love science, I knew something was missing. So that's how I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know where to start. I was like, okay, what can I make that no one's ever made before? And, that was kind of my thought process. So when I found the Buzzed Bull concept, I saw it and I thought, wow, they're using liquid nitrogen. It's like everything is a science experiment. This might be it. And I thought, as I prayed and really thought about it, making ice cream. Everyone loves ice cream. There's vegan options. You do too. Yeah. Vegan options for those who are lactose intolerant, and we can add alcohol. So that's just really fun. You can get something for your kid, for you, your mom, everybody. So I thought, this really might be the one for me that kind of incorporates all of my interests. So I truly believe God ordered my steps, because
absolutely,
once my request was approved, once my loan got approved, we found a location right away. It's just like everything aligned. So it's been such a blessing so far. I have fun every single day. I thought maybe I would always own a coffee shop or kind of like something small. And God was like, you're not thinking big enough. So
bigger, please.
Bigger, please.
That's right.
And we're less than 1 year in, and we're already the highest grossing Buzzed Bull in the nation. At the end of 2022, we were number 2 in the nation, which I thought was great. But we came out at the end of winter, now that we're transitioning into spring, turns out we're actually number 1. So I've got an amazing team behind me. I've got so much support. It's just, I'm having fun doing it. It doesn't even feel like work for me.
That is just amazing to hear, because you were doing something that you, I'm sure, were very good at. I mean, just listen to your credentials. And you're like, but there's more for me. And I think that's really important for us, not only as women and as Black women and as a community, but for anybody. There's more for you. Like, God created us for so much more than what we oftentimes do on a day-to-day basis. More as parents, more in our ministry, more as spouses, just more in business. And my podcast producer, Chris, he's always on me, like, no, bigger. Like, think bigger. And, you see it in memes on social media. You hear it in passing on YouTube, listening to a sermon, or just a friend or a soror is like, you know what? You are destined for so much more. So the fact that you listen to the unctioning of the Holy Spirit, and then you listen to your heart, and number one? Like that.
Hair flip.
I was going to say, it's that first thing. That,
You
that
know?
number one, first. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So where are you located?
We are at 1520 South Fifth Street in the streets of St. Charles. A lot of people come for Bar Louie and the Narwhals, the AMC over there. We're in the same plaza.
Okay. And when I read Buzzed, I was like Buzz? Like
Buzz.
Buzz.
We
Okay.
have a full bar. So I try to keep something that everybody drinks. If I don't have your number one drink, I guarantee I have your number two. And since we use the nitrogen is at negative 321 degrees. So we freeze the alcohol right into the ice cream. A lot of people are like, oh, you just kind of put a floater on top. No, it's in there. It's incorporated in the ice cream.
Wow. So what else do you have? Because you said obviously you have something for the kids, because I have
Yes.
3 kids and they love ice cream. So what do you said you have something for everybody. So just give us a more detailed list of what it is that you offer.
Sure. So in addition to ice cream, we also make milkshakes. I have a 2-year-old. His favorite flavor is chocolate with sprinkles. So that's what a lot of the kids want. As soon as you say sprinkles, they get excited. You know, we have
Absolutely.
gummy worms. We have Reese's, Snickers, Butterfingers, M&Ms, so many. We have 30 flavors and mix-ins. So the possibilities are truly endless. Sometimes people come up with crazy combinations. Sometimes people are like, I just want vanilla, no mix-ins.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're going to make for you. Vanilla, no mix-ins.
I love the passion. I'm looking at your face. I'm hearing your smile, right? So I'm looking at your smile, but I can hear it. And do you really think that that is part of what is propelling your business is your passion?
Absolutely. Especially when the kids come in. I just have such a soft spot for kids to where my staff is like, you can't give every single kid free ice cream. And I'm like, but it makes them happy. It's just so much fun because, of course, you can get ice cream anywhere, right? But how often do you get to see it made right in front of you? And then when people start seeing the smoke from the nitrogen, the kids' faces just light up, and I love it. Adults too, of course, but the kids just bring that special element. And then when my son is there, he loves to play in the smoke. You know, I have to tell him, you can't come behind the counter. We have customers right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I do feel like my passion is what has led to my success, because when I talk to other Buzzed Bull owners, it's all about the dollar, right? Which, of course, we open a business because we want to make money, but it's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So talking to some of the other folks, and they're like, you know, I try not to pay my staff this, I try not to do that. And I'm thinking, no, I lead with compassion. I want my staff, I can't do this without them.
No.
I want them to feel supported and like they have a sense of ownership in the business too, and happy to come to work. We're making ice cream. It's a lot of fun, but there's still hard work. You know, we still have those days where everybody's tired and stressed and so on and so forth. So what can I do as an employer to get my staff through that hump to where they're not like, well, let me just go back to, you know, Quick Trip right across the street where I can make more money. It's what is going to keep you here with me. And what's going to keep you here is that I care about you. I make sure I'm, you know, I care about every person who comes in.
That is wonderful. It takes me back to, you know, I can really relate to that. And it's so important. It takes me back to my days as circuit clerk. And anyone who knows me now or knew me then knows I was advocating for people. Higher wages, you know, making sure they're happy, actually bringing ice cream bars and hot chocolate bars to the staff, you know, myself, you know, that came out of my household income, you know, because when people feel appreciated and when people feel valued, you get so much more out of the person and then they're better.
Yes.
So the advocacy piece is so wonderful that your number one concern is your people, not your bottom line. And I think that's what people really need to know about you and about your business and what makes you unique to what you do. Because what do you say? There are other ice cream shops, there are other, you know, coffee shops or whatever, other bars and different places that people can go. But there's a place in St. Charles with this beautiful woman named Ellen that she not only cares about the customer, but she cares about her staff. So what you said, you don't want that challenge, right? You want to avoid the challenges, but what are some of the challenges that you have faced, if any? Because it sounds like it's going absolutely fabulous, but we all know in life there are challenges. So what challenges have you faced and how have you overcome them? So then somebody else will be like, oh, I'm gonna take a page from Ellen's book.
For me, It was hiring a good lawyer at the beginning because he advocated.
Okay.
We could always think like, okay, my cousin and them, they a lawyer, they gonna review my contract, it's gonna be fine. No, if you're buying a franchise, get a franchise lawyer, because my lawyer was able to get me a tenant improvement allowance. He was able to negotiate my rent commencement date. Some of those things that you just don't think about because you're so focused on getting open. So he really protected me that way. That's number one. Number two, and I'm still learning this, so this is like a take your own advice, Ellen. You cannot do it alone. You need a team. I wanted to work every single shift, do every single thing, write every single check, count every single penny, order every single thing, make every single ice cream. No. And God really humbled me because I ended up having to have double carpal tunnel surgery on both of my hands at 30. Oh, wow. So it's like I was working so hard. I was just ignoring my pain. And then it got to the point where I couldn't even lift ice cream, much less my child. And I'm like, okay, something is happening. Much less your son. Yes. And so God was like, I know you want to do it all. I'm gonna ask you to sit down for a little bit. Here's how you're gonna sit down. But that was really when I learned the lesson of the importance of my team, because they stepped up. They were like, Ellen, we got this. We haven't needed you here this whole time. You just want to be here. So I was able to, release a lot of things and let my staff know that I trusted them, and they were able to shine. When I was able to come back to work, they were like, are you still wearing your cast? Why are you here? I was like, I'm gonna work the register. They was like, no, please go home. So it was that moment that I really realized that I got my store to a point where they do feel that sense of ownership, where they're happy to be running the show, where they don't even want me there. They're like, we already fixed this, and this. We don't need your input.
Okay. So let's go back to the beginning of what you just said. One, a great attorney. And that's not just because I'm an attorney, right? But I tell people all the time, I can do it myself, or I can represent myself. Why are there lawyers? Like, why is there a law school? That's like saying I can do my open heart surgery myself, or I can do, no, you go to school and you pass your boards and you do all these things, and there's no shame in that. Like, you have to have people. I would not be sitting here talking to you if I did not have Chris with Rockin' Horse, and I didn't have, Treasure with the TM Law, who did all of my trademarking and things of that nature. I'm a whole lawyer, but I hired a whole lawyer because I don't do trademark law, okay? My logos and things, I cannot draw a straight line to save my kids' lives, okay? Let alone my own. So again, you need a team. And so as a result of me getting an enormous team together, the Lord was then able to bless my platform, and I'm believing him to do more and more. But again, and I talk about my team. What do you say? All morning I've been talking about my podcast producer, and I talk about my team all the time because I'm watching it grow, right? I'm watching it expand. I'm watching the new listeners and seeing the new subscribers. And it's because there's a product that I try to be really like what'd you say? I want to do everything, and but it's growing because there are people behind me, pushing me, singing for me, rooting for me, and they're part of a team. And so the fact that you were able to recover and they were willing to be able to be there and work and do that. It started with how you took care of them in the beginning when you were well, how you advocated for them in the beginning. And people don't understand. So many people are about the short game, right? The money. Your colleagues who are like, oh, it's all about, you're looking at it, whether you even see it or not, you're looking at a long game. And that's where the sustainability comes. That's where the millions come. That's where the billions come. That's where the cover of Black Enterprise comes. And I'm going to keep speaking it.
I'm claiming it. Claiming all of it.
Speaking it to your life all morning.
Yes.
That's where that comes from. And, you have to ask for help. Because if you don't ask for help, that's where the mental health crises come in. That's where the physical health crises come in, because you're only one person and it's not sustainable any other way. And I know for me, the challenges that I often have in, having a job that I have to do many responsibilities is, you look at how it diminishes your your home life.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time you get home, what'd you say? You tired, you don't have anything left in the tank. So being able to ask for help and get the help that you need is so important. But I'm loving the way that you loved on them first, and then they wanted to love on you in the end. So you have your store, and it's going great, and it's only up from here. Like, what's next? And it doesn't even just have to be that. It could be anything.
What's next? So we know we have to double our staff for the spring and summer because we are just going to be slammed. But everybody's looking forward to it.
You know, woman.
Everybody's like, all right, now when we get really busy, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. And whereas last year we opened Memorial Day weekend, we walked right into a storm unprepared. But we worked out so many kinks that this year we are prepared. We're ready for it. We would like some more people, please, but we are ready for it.
Yes.
So what's next? I'm starting to consider another location. People are telling me all the time, when you're going to come back on this side of the river? And it's getting to the point where people are like, no, I actually know somebody who can, provide the space and put up the funds. I'm like, God?
On the Illinois side?
Well, I meant back on the St. Louis side.
Oh, okay. I was hearing to say, don't threaten me with a good time. Wait a minute, don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm really trying to be open to every possibility at this point instead of saying, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that, because I wasn't ready to open this store. Mm-hmm. And God said, no, but I'm ready. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get you there. So I'm just really, being open, keeping an open mind, and trying to see beyond just today. Like, who's going to be in today? What are we going to get done today? No, what are we going to do a year from now is how I'm finally starting to view this.
Okay. Now, there are niches in business, right? And a lot of, women of color are in niches like makeup or, makeup lines and hair care products and a lot of other things. And that's wonderful, right? And that's one of the things that you always hear when people are like ministering. It doesn't matter that the industry is saturated. God gave you something special. So, but yours, much like mine, is not saturated. So how do you encourage people? Because it's scary either way. It's scary to go into an overly saturated market, but then it's like, well, people of color, like women or in general, are not here in the creamery business. So one, how did you push past that? And then how would you encourage somebody else? I don't care, do it.
So that's twofold for me. So I've been a nerd my whole life, right? People have always teased me about that. I was always the only Black girl in the AP classes, all that kind of stuff. Go to college, become a scientist, right? Uh-huh. So it's like, I'm at a point now where my nerdiness and my science brain is what got me to this point. So it's like, I love science. Uh-huh. I love those things. How do I make it cool? So when I found the creamery, and let me backtrack. When I was in college, I was in an organization called Manners, which is Minorities in Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences. There was an ice cream scientist then. Her name is Maya Warren. She was getting her PhD in crystalline structures as it related to ice cream. And it was like, what? How is this a thing? And so I don't know what she's doing now. This was like 10, 15 years ago. But I don't know what she's doing now, but just being at the Manners conference then let me know that just because you're getting a PhD in science doesn't only mean lab work, doesn't only mean cellular growth. So I kind of had that in the back of my mind, like I could take my science degree elsewhere. So when I found the concept and I thought, no one is doing this. And I was just trying so hard to elevate Buzzed Bull without elevating my own brand. And people come to see the Black girl who makes ice cream. They come to see the Black scientist. That's what people remember. Mm-hmm. So when you talk about breaking out into your niche or in an oversaturated market, remember what you are bringing to the table. What makes you special? Anybody could have opened a Buzzed Bull, right? Mm-hmm. But it wouldn't be my Buzzed Bull. No. It wouldn't have my 17-foot mural that was hand painted by a local Black artist. It wouldn't have my own flair on everything. It wouldn't have my picture on the wall. It wouldn't have my staff's picture on the wall.
Alpha Kappa Alpha. Oh, okay.
Yes. So it's like I spent so much time trying to fit myself into a particular mold. And it's like, no, that's not what God created me for. No. I don't know if he went and said, I'm gonna create you to make liquid nitrogen ice cream. But he gave me the background to appreciate the science behind what we do and be able to share that passion with others.
You are fearfully and wonderfully made, man.
Yes.
Yes.
So in terms of walking into what you want to do, just be confident. If God is leading you there, go there. Don't worry about all the what ifs. How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to do this? If he's leading you there, go there.
That's right. It can be hard, right? But what did you say? Your whole life led you to this. You've had this. I mean, and I see your mind. Like, you have a brilliant mind, from your posture to the way you speak, the way you talk about
You're gonna
science.
make me blush.
I just love it. I have a little scientist in my house. Well, he would be mad if I said he's little. My 14-year-old Anthony. He loves science, all things science. And so he wants to be a scientist when he grows up. So I would love for him to meet you. I'm absolutely going to bring him out to your Buzzed Bull, because I would love for him to actually see that and see you operate. So we'll have to negotiate and find out a time where you're actually there. But again, what did you say? If he's leading you there, what the steps of a good man and a good woman are ordered by the Lord. And so he's going to lead you to where he wants you to be, but we do have to listen, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of times we're our own worst enemy. I actually started, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but I started at the University of Illinois pre-med biology with a minor in chemistry. Disaster. Okay. Now, all my life, I was, an A student, an honor roll student, and so that's why, Micah and Kanisha and everybody, Chadney and Christy, we were all in those honors courses and stuff, and graduated 5th in my class from Lincoln. Okay. Class of 1995. Went to U of I. I was taking these classes, and it was all good until I got into them classes that I'm sure you absolutely excelled in, those 200, 300 level, like biochem classes. Disaster. So one day I'm laying in bed going into my 5th year. I'm one class away from my minor in chemistry, my 5th year in college. And I sit up in the bed in my studio apartment and I said, I want to be a lawyer. Talk about the unctioning of the Lord, right? Just sat up and I will never forget it. And so I called my dad, who will have been gone 20 years, June 1st. Mm. I called my dad and I said, hey, Dad, you know what? I don't want to be an eye doctor anymore. I want to be a lawyer. And he said, you know what? I don't care if you major in basket weaving. I'm not paying no more rent after June. Okay. And so I was like, oh, that hit a little bit. I was like, but I did. I finished an entire major on the dean's list. So after all those failing, not so good grades, trying to be you, right? And he didn't make me to be Ellen. He made me to be Kyla. He didn't make you to be me, right? And so I'm thinking, oh, well, this will be great. And that's what, people, doctors and, all this other stuff. But the Lord was like, okay, it's time to pivot, because we get to the end of this college road, like 5 years, and you ain't listening. So, we love the pivot here at Pros and Politics podcast. So the pivot came, and the rest literally is history. Okay. Mm-hmm. But again, you just have to be able to, understand and then put your yes with his yes, because you'll always have that no. You'll have the haters no, or the naysayers no. You'll have society's no, because, that's, Black women aren't scientists, and, only 2% of y'all are lawyers anyway. There are so many competing things. But if we get with him and we figure out, like you said, no, this is what I'm going to do, then you're the number one Buzzed Bull. What'd you say? In the country?
In the country.
In the country. Because he'll work it out for your good. And so I'm just so excited. So tell us what the summer holds, because we coming.
Please do. We are trying out a lot of new flavors. We just got mango in. People have been asking for that forever. We finally found a really good flavor, and we didn't want to just half do it and it tastes like fake mango, Mm-hmm. So we're changing out a lot of our suppliers, for one, to other local businesses, trying to help get them that big restaurant contract, right, to elevate their brands. So we're trying tons of new flavors. We're rolling out non-buzz flights as well for kids. Usually our flights come buzz, but so many people ask for non-buzz. We're coming up with fun flavors. We're getting into all the food holidays. You know, it was recently National Peanut Lovers Day. So we're like, come get some peanut butter ice cream. So we're just trying to have more fun with our marketing and get on top of some of those things where they're already out there. We just have to say that we're doing it, right? We're bringing in, we tested out having some pie from Chic Sweets for Pie Day, also 314 Day. So we're getting into bringing in more brands into the store to sell their products and lift them up as well. So Streets of St. Charles does the Beale Street concert series every second Wednesday, I believe it is, in the summer. So we'll be gearing up for that. They have a farmer's market out there too. So I'm trying to connect a lot of those dots with Chic Sweets and other folks who sell those sweets to get connected in the farmer's market and have another platform for them. So I'm just all about expanding everyone's brand. We're all going to work together to get what's out there for us.
Well, I am so excited, and I'm going to be in constant contact because I want to be a part of it. I want to support it. I want to tell everybody about it so that, you know, whether you're near or far, you can come to where you are and partake in all the wonderfulness that you are offering. So before we close, I need phone number. I need address, I need, you know, website. So that way everybody can reach out to you and everybody can come and have what it is that you have to offer.
Absolutely. So our store phone number is 636-493-0491. Call us. It's probably going to be me that answers. Our website is buzzedbullcreamery.com. BUZZEDBULLCREAMERY.com. Social media handles, Instagram, we're at Buzzed Bull St. Charles Mo. Same for Facebook, Buzzed Bull St. Charles Mo. Address 1520 South 5th Street, Unit 105. We're right on the corner next to the Quick Trip. If you get to Mission Taco, you went too far. South 5th Street, St. Charles, Missouri, 63303. Did I forget any?
I don't think you did.
Our email address, if you need that too, it's stcharles.mo@buzzbull.creamery. You'll find a way to get in contact. Almost all those are going to come straight to me. So if you want to contact me, please do.
Well, I am so excited about everything you've done, everything you're doing, and everything you're going to do. And you are going to have the most amazing summer. Like we all know, the ice cream sales just skyrocket in the summertime because people just love that summertime experience. And you were just, I just love it. Everything about you. I just absolutely love it. And I'm so excited and I'm so happy that you came with us today. And will you come back?
Absolutely.
All
You've
right.
got my cell. Just send me a text. Girl, what you doing tomorrow? I'm coming to Pearls and Politics podcast. That's what I'm doing.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today. And I cannot wait to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. And thank you for tuning in today to Pearls and Politics podcast, where we are polished and poised for greatness and impact. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope that you'll join us again next week. But in the meantime, please like, love, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you then. Bye-bye.